Lighthouse was first built at Fort Canning. Alright, was first built at Fort Canning. So in the 1950s, when they are built over here, it cannot be over at the field anymore. It needs to that little room that you see over there. The lighthouse was over there. So right now, if you want to have Italian fine dining, you can go up there and have your Italian fine dining. You know what's fine dining, correct now? Okay, the plate listen. Here, it's here. Why is it in 1979? Why the lighthouse doesn't exist anymore? Because more buildings are being built, and then the lighthouse moved to the eastern.
All of them have been fun, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
They've all been, the walks,
Yeah.
the guides have been fun. They have, you know,
Yeah.
a good way of delivering
The way they-
information and making a few jokes and
Yeah.
not being too serious about it.
Yeah. It's more good because it's entertaining for those interesting. The Singapore Cricket Club is just at the
Yes, I
back.
think we end up there.
Yeah.
At the thing.
Yeah. We're going to the Merlion, I think. Merlion.
The
Elephant.
girls have loved it. They're beautiful.
Whose vision was that? Whose vision to reclaim land in the 1970s in the administration of our first Prime Minister, once again, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. You're going to hear. Yeah. Sometimes when you look at something, mermaid. Mer in French it means sea. Mermaid, human body and then fish tail. Mer lion, lion head, fish tail. Why we have mer lions over here, ladies and gentlemen? Singapore derived from the Sanskrit language Singa, Pura. Singa means lion, Pura means city. So Singapore actually means lion city. Why? Because it is said that 700 years ago, in the year 1299, a Sumatran prince arrived at this island and he saw an animal he had never seen before. He said that it is so magnificent, so he asked the wise man, "What's that animal?" So the wise man told him that it's a singer. That means a lion. Okay? So that Prince Sang Nila Utama decided to stay in this island and rename the island, okay, which was known as Temasek, which means sea town back then, to Singapura, the lion city. But if you look at the animal kingdom, do you think lion exists in this part of the world? No. Everybody say no. Where do lion exist then? Africa and India. Lion don't exist over here. But what he saw was actually a magnificent beast that is orange in color with black stripes. A tiger. Yes, he saw a tiger. But sometimes we dig so much into history. I was telling myself, how can it be? Because it is a Sumatran prince. In Sumatra there are lions, there are tigers also. Why he have not seen this animal before? So I cannot sleep, when I think about this. Correct or not? Yeah, but thank goodness he saw a beast that he have never seen before and named after that beast. Can you imagine the first animal he saw is a rat? Then we will not be called Singapura anymore. We will be known as the Rat City. Nobody want to come here. Correct or not? So, the lion head represents Singapore, the lion city. Why the fish tail? Well, before Singapore become what we are right now, we were just a fishing village. Lion head, fish tail, yes, Merlion. Alright, mother Merlion, baby Merlion. So they are together, but they are not on document. The flag is facing built in 1972, 15 September. By who? Which Prime Minister? Mr. Lee Kuan Yew again. It was unveiled right over there. The Malayan is sitting over here, spouting water, welcoming visitors from all over the world. But then in the year 2000, they built this bridge, the Esplanade Bridge. They built this bridge. So it was very long. So when the Malayan turned 30 years old in 2002, it was hoisted over to the original location of the Malayan. For those of you, okay, whose parents have been here in Singapore before in the 1970s, most probably if they have the Malayan, it's here. Okay, it used to be here. Okay, come with fish. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, Anderson Bridge, built in 1910, was built to replace Havana Bridge, the hanging bridge. That's when the populations increased. So Anderson Bridge was built. And December last year, they decided that this Anderson Bridge would become a pedestrian bridge because we have the Esplanade Bridge that's able to handle all the traffic going on. So this bridge was built to replace that bridge. That bridge was built to replace this bridge. What does this tell us? No one is indispensable. You can at any one time be replaced by more advanced and better things. Alright now? Okay, this tells us. Right, now, do you know that since September 2008, Singapore has been hosting the world only night race, the Singapore Grand Prix. Alright, the track is 5 kilometers, 5.05 kilometers, and the racer will need to do how many laps? 61 laps. And ladies and gentlemen, we are standing at part of the track of the Singapore Grand Prix circuit. It goes anti-clockwise. Okay, this way. This track here, where we are standing right now. Do you know? 2019, 2020 and 2021, we don't have any night race because of COVID. But we resumed it last year, 20.
Mm-hmm.
Built in the 1860s. Which building? The one here or the one there? Which building? Is it Victoria Theatre or Victoria Memorial Hall?
That one's older.
Huh? Which building was built first?
That one.
They look very similar, correct or not? But one of the buildings, Victoria Theatre, was built first in the 1860s. When the British was here, they have a town hall. Okay? There was a town hall. So they built a town hall. It was known as a town hall back then. 1860, it was known as a town hall. But however, during Queen Victoria Jubilee in 1887, it was named after Victoria Theatre. So when she passed away in 1903, they built the Victoria Memorial Hall.
1901, she died in 1901.
What they do is that they just duplicate the facade, okay, of Victoria Theatre into the new one, so they look similar, alike. They look alike. So to join them up, they built a clock tower. This clock tower, ladies and gentlemen, will chime the grandfather clock chime, which is also known as the Westminster chime. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Have you heard of that? The grandfather clock. Okay? Okay, the chime of the big band. Alright, if you want to listen of it, later on 6 o'clock, you can hear part of it. Then every 15 minutes, another part of it. Just so that you want to listen the whole, okay, whole big band chime, you have to stand here for 1 hour. So 6 o'clock coming up, you're gonna hear the chime. Alright, so second oldest building, built in 1860s. Okay, now the man standing in front. You see the statue of the man standing in front? He is none other than Sir Stamford Raffles, the founder of modern day Singapore. Okay, but this is not the original location. Stamford Raffles came to Singapore in the 1819. Who was born? Queen Victoria was born. Queen Victoria was born in 1819. In 1887, Queen Victoria 50th rule, the statue of Sir Stamford Raffles was unveiled to the Singaporean. So I would say that there's a link between Queen Victoria and Sir Stamford Raffles. But the original location of Sir Stamford Raffles was not here, but over there at the field. But they realized that over at the field, people have no respect for the statue of Raffles. They want to watch a football event, a ball event, they will climb on top of him. And then sometimes the ball will smack on Raffles' face. Not so nice. Just so that in 1919, the colonial government decided to shift the statue of Raffles here. Why 1919? Because that's the 100 years since the founding of Singapore by Sir Stamford Raffles. So it was relocated over here and has been since here until now. But it went missing during the World War II years under Japanese occupation, 1942 to 1945. Thank goodness for one Japanese that hid him in the Raffles Museum. Yeah, Japanese, even though you heard story they are bad, but there's one guy or two guy that's good. He actually helps. He loves all these artifacts that he makes sure that it's well preserved. So after the war, the statue of Raffles was placed back over here. Alright, let's cut through and go to the next part of our tour.